Then I'm going to the second part of the question. Is Your Holiness as a friend of Taiwan? First of all, Hakka people, most of us are migrant from China like 400 years ago. And of course, this is different from Your Holiness established the exile government here in India. My question would be, I remember in the first anniversary of the exile government, Your Holiness delivered a speech and mentioned our first priority is to settle down and continue our cultural tradition. That's 59 years ago. Could Your Holiness told us what are the special features or qualities of Tibetan culture? What make Tibetan people different from other people culturally?
Tibet, quite a big land.
Yes.
And the Qinghai province, and then because Xikang somewhere, the Kham area.
Yes.
And then central Tibet and the western part of Tibet. You see, little different dialect, but all, you see, use the scripture, which actually translation started 8th century. The Tibetan emperor, 8th century, see, he invited one Nalendra master, Chandarakshita. You see, he introduced Buddha Dharma according to Nalendra tradition. And then also, you see, he advised Tibetan emperor, 8th century, since you have your own script in the 7th century, another, you see, the Tibetan sort of king, you see, introduce Tibetan script, copy from Indian Devanagari letter. Sometimes we can pick up a few words in Ashoka pillar, like that. So the alphabet, or copy from Indian, one Indian ancient script, and then correct, yang the sages ka sige.
字母和母音。
Ka.
Or alphabet and vowels. Consonant and vowels.
So since 7th century, the King Xuanzang married with Chinese princess, and with princess, the Buddha statue, very important Buddha statue, brought to Lhasa. Still, it remains most, or say, the sacred or precious Buddha statue. So, it seems to say, Xuanzang 7th century, he married with Chinese princess, and I'm quite sure he enjoyed Chinese food. But he found Chinese letter too complicated. So he prefer copy from Indian Devanagari and alphabet. So he developed Tibetan script. So therefore, 8th century, the Nalendra master Chandarakshita reached Tibet. He advised, you have your own writing script. So now better to translate from Sanskrit mainly, and Pali, and maybe some Nepalese language. So mainly Sanskrit. So translation started. Altogether, about 300 volumes. So therefore, you see, Tibetan language, something unique. Mongolia, use Tibetan language. And the Himalayan sort of area use Tibetan language. Otherwise, you see, no other country. So the people who use Tibetan language may be around 6 million. In China, in Chinese constitution, recognize some area as Zangzu Dichu.
Yes.
Zangzu Dichu. So altogether, maybe 6 to 7 million. The Xizang Zhidichu, about 2 millions. Okay.
Yes.
So the entire Tibetan is the same language. And in that language, I think most Buddhist philosophical text available. So now that is Tibetan culture.